many grams of carbs do I eat on a low-fat diet? It's different every day. It's different every day. My body tells me how many grams of carbs to eat. The only things I give a shit about is I run the fat through the floor. There is no added fat to that diet. Only fat that's in my diet's in the lean animal protein. And if you pick the lean animal protein sources, the fat's going to be rock bottom. My protein count's priority one. I eat the lean protein till I'm done with it. Till I'm done with it. Some days that might be 200 grams. Some days I might even eat 300 grams of protein. Okay, I'm not usually lower than 200 grams. That's just me eating till I'm done with it. Till I'm done with it. The carbs. Okay, maybe on a day where I ate 200 grams of protein and the fat grams is like 10. So that's 90 calories of fat. Fat's not even there. Protein's coming from egg whites, zero-fat Greek yogurt, chicken breast, turkey meat, whitefish, tuna, lame. The carb count, some days I can be as high as 500-600 grams. 500 grams of carbs. 500 grams of carbs, that's 2,000 calories. And then 200 grams of protein, that's 2,800 calories. And then 90 calories worth of fat. You get it? That's a crazy amount of food when it's whole foods. Just by knocking the fat out at 9 calories a gram. Okay? The only macro that makes any sense to knock out of your diet is the fat, because it's on you, you fat pig. It's on you. The two things you gotta make up every day are the protein and the carbs. My carb count some days, okay, some people might eat like 100 grams of carbs one day. So, who cares? It's all low-fat dieting. You might have a fat pig one day, some big dude. He might wolf down 300 grams of protein. And he's still at like 12 grams of fat. And then maybe he ends up getting 150 grams of carbs. Obviously, that's only going to be, 1,200 calories for the protein. And then you're looking at 600 calories for the carbs. That puts him at 1,800. And then like 90 or 100 calories worth of fat. He's in a crazy deficit when the fat's rock bottom. So what? That day his carb grams are less than his protein grams. So, maybe the next day he doesn't want much protein. And he eats like 170 grams. Let's make it round numbers. Maybe he eats 150 grams. He's fat. And then he ends up eating like 300 or 400 grams of carbs. And the fat's like at 8 grams that day. It's perfect intuitive eating. When you knock the fat out, people can't get that through their damn head. I don't give a shit if you have a day that it's 100% protein and 0 carbs. So, maybe you get busy one day and literally you get home at 10 p.m. and all you have is a bunch of chicken breasts in the fridge and maybe some salsa. You end up eating like 200 grams of protein and you have like maybe 60 grams of carbs from the salsa. And then whatever fat's in the lean chicken. So, low-fat diet. Then you went to bed, burn body fat like crazy. Next day, you get up, maybe you have a breakfast. And you have some egg whites, you want some carbs, maybe you have some fruit. No fat at all. That day, maybe you finish the day up, maybe it's a big dude again, and he finishes the day up with like 200 grams of protein and like 300 grams of carbs. Or maybe it's a woman. Maybe a woman eats like 200 grams of protein one day. And then she'll eat like 100 grams of carbs. That protein being 200 grams is so satiating. So she's 800 calories there. 100 grams of carbs, that puts her at 1,200. Imagine she's only at 10 grams of fat. So she's like 1,300 calories in a day. Crazy satiation. Because the fat's not there, you idiots. and you just cater to the protein cravings first. It doesn't matter if you end up eating way less protein than the carbs. You simply do not ignore the protein craving. That's idiotic. The protein is what rebuilds the body. And the carbs will vary every day. That's why I keep telling people don't take macro advice other than the fat being driven down. My advice, drive the fat through the floor. And prioritize the protein. What's that mean? The reason I'm telling you fat idiots to have lean protein at the start of every meal, just so you get used to doing this. So you're never neglecting the protein. Lean protein. My macros are all over the place on the protein and carbs. For me, usually every day I'm not under 200 grams. I'm never under 200 grams of protein. Okay, and then whatever the carbs end up being. Some days if the activity is just low, I might eat 200 grams of protein and maybe only like 200 grams of carbs. And then maybe like 8 grams of fat. That's literally less than 1,700 calories. And I'm good because my body got what it needed. It got the protein and the carbs that it needed. Perfect intuition. And the fat's still on you. That is the beauty of the low-fat diet. As long as you always prioritize the protein, make sure you're simply just getting the protein in. Always honoring your protein cravings. All you need to do is cut the fat through the floor. If somebody starts giving you a fat gram recommendation, they're an idiot. The only fat that should be there, if you're serious about trying to lose body fat, is the fat that's in the lean protein sources, which is going to add up to next to nothing by default. And then you get in your carbs. You just never go into a meal starving to death and only hit the carbs. You cater to the lean protein, always, in every meal. In every meal. Even if you end up eating way less protein grams than carb grams, the protein's still priority, period. Because it rebuilds the body. The carbs are just pure energy. And then you can wolf down carbs. But if you find yourself still hungry as hell, and you feel like you still have a protein craving after you ate some protein, lean, eat more lean protein. Do not avoid the lean protein. The macros work themselves out perfect. It's a low-fat diet. It could look crazy high carb some days. It could look crazy low carb some days. It could look crazy high protein some days. But it should never look crazy low protein. Ever. Ever. The protein should never look stupid low. Okay? The protein and the carbs can be 1-to-1 a lot of days. Even think of it this way. Imagine I was only at like 10 grams of fat and I smashed in 300 grams of protein. 300 grams, which almost everybody watching this would run their mouth and say, that's too high. So Cole's now doing a low carb diet. Am I? If I eat 300 grams of protein and then I knock back 300 or 400 grams of carbs and I'm still in a deficit? Do the math. That's what happens when the fat's rock bottom, you idiots. You can't out-eat the diet. You can't out-eat it. As long as you're not an idiot and not restricting protein and then just going ham like stupid amounts of carbs that's completely unnecessary because you're not catering to your protein craving. Until next time, it's a low-fat diet. Honor your protein cravings. Always ask yourself, do I want more lean protein? Once you've catered to your protein needs, then you can have all the carbs you want. It might be a little bit, it might be a bunch. It's not rocket science. It's perfect intuitive eating when you knock the fat out of the diet, which does not need to be there because you are fat. And when you get ripped, you can play. Fat ass pigs.